Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Monday, July 25th. It is a beautiful day here in the Pacific Northwest. And yeah, it's supposed to be like 90 some degrees today or more. Or wait a minute. Okay, so I looked this morning. I guess it's supposed to be like what, 107? No, not 107. That's an exaggeration. Um, because I always look to see, how long can I have my windows open, all that kind of stuff. So today is supposed to be 98. Fantastic. And tomorrow's going to be 100. And Wednesday's going to be 97. And then Thursday is going to be 96. We're looking at a week of 90s and 100 degrees. It's fantastic. Sunny. Check that out. That's like crazy. I tell you. All right. So, good weekend. Did some moving yesterday. A little bit of moving. I picked up wood and a little stencil for my batleth. It's like every day in Florida. Yeah, I don't doubt it. Let's see. Last year was hot. There was one week where it was like, in the teens. Like there were 3 or 4 days in a row where it was in the teens, and that is very rare for this area. As we get into July and August, it does tend to get a little bit hotter, but yeah, I'm glad that the school has nice air conditioning, and my house kind of has air conditioning. I mean, it has air conditioners, but it is not. It's not perfect. So, but that all being said, so we have. Let's see. So on Saturday, this is one really cool thing. So Saturday was a very long day for me at the school. Had my morning classes, and then I had what was it? Then I had our little think tank, our Rory Miller training lab that only Rory and I showed up for, but that's okay. And then we had a self-defense class, and I had two ladies sign up for the self-defense class, and I had a walk-in. Cool. So we had 3 people. My wife was there. And so my wife actually showed up a little bit late, but she and I teach the class together. So great class. They said that they, no questions. They had lots of fun. One of the gals, she has not actually done it yet, but she's like, I just want to sign up for classes. And she was willing to do it right then and there. Now, of course, I do everything online. So I'm like, okay, this is how you do it. Sure. Hasn't done it yet. So I don't know if it was one of those where she's thinking about it or just hasn't done it yet, but I have all of her information, so I can always send it to her. So I can follow up with her. That's a good thing. Good morning. All right, so for about a year, I trained at a school with no AC, only fans. It was a metal warehouse building. There was no need for warm-up at the beginning of class. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, so Bram was teaching at a school in Colorado. So he flew from here to Denver, taught at Jason May's camp, and then flying home right now. The AC went out, and he was just like, AC, only fans. He was hot, and Bram tires a lot quicker than he used to. So, yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I could do that. I mean, like yesterday I did, I was moving stuff, taking apart, I had to take apart a bed, moved a refrigerator, did all this kind of stuff without air conditioning. So it was, I was sweating buckets. But yeah, so it is, that's just kind of how, I guess that's just how life is. But yeah, to teach. So kind of back on the self-defense class. So, which interesting information came out of that. But hoping that one gal is like, hey, that she actually signs up, because she said she would. And of course, if I had a student for every time somebody said that they would sign up, I would have 100 students by now. But that's beside the point. Potential student. The one of the things that one of the gals that came, she came with her niece. Her niece works across the river at a bread chain that starts with a P. And let's see, how would I say that? Is it rhymes with Anera? Anyway, so her niece is 17. She's going back to California here next week, but things were happening at the yes, Pantera without the T. What is it? Anyway, things were happening at work that were not appropriate. Management tried to take some type of action when she spoke up, and HR would not do anything. Like, the management tried to do something, but basically this guy couldn't be fired. Now, she's 17. This guy is 30. Did I mention she was 17? So anyway, the aunt wanted her to learn some skills, learn some concepts of just being safe. So she said that, this guy he was just kind of pushing his limits, like, being handsy, putting his arm around her, being friendly. And I get it. I'm friendly with some of my coworkers, or, when I had coworkers, but some of the things that I don't know. I don't think. Yeah, just super inappropriate. So anyway, so it really came up where he actually slapped her ass, not like accidentally, like brushed his hand against her butt, like they were moving back or like whatever. Cause that happens, but like he actually went up and slapped her ass. Good morning, Jim. Kind of like in what is it? Kind of like in Charlie X, where Charlie slaps Yeoman Rand's butt. So she goes and complains. Management, I guess he was suspended for 3 days without pay. And they were actually talking about firing him because she's like, he's inappropriate. did I mention that she was 17 and he was 30? So he starts going crybaby on him and like, oh, I'm suicidal. If I lose my job, I won't have anything. It's like, seriously? And of course, HR, the HR was like, oh, well, we can't because and they didn't give this reason, but I explained that I can see why they did it. Not that I agree, but I can see that in today's time, if he if he claimed that he was suicidal and that if they fired him for cause and he committed, even if it was for cause and he committed suicide, that Pantera minus the T might be liable. Not a lawyer, don't know that for a fact, but I can see how that could possibly be a thing. And so I was like, that's probably why they didn't, because they were looking out. But at the same time, she probably could have brought litigation against them for not doing anything. So they did the bare minimum. They basically didn't have him work for 3 days, but she still had to work with him. I don't like the company. I don't like their food, so I don't go there. But but the protector in me, even though this girl's, she's leaving, I just want to go down there and have a cup of tea. See who maybe try and guess who this guy might be. Now on top of that, she's also working in an area that even the first couple weeks that it seemed like she was being followed. So we talked about, what's safely to do going back to, after work, getting a walk to the car, maybe calling security and have them walk. So yeah, it's, and the thing is, yeah, she's 17. She's a cute little girl, but, yeah, that's just not right. Yeah. There's friendly, too friendly, and creepy with a minor. That's creepy with a minor. And doing a good game to a female coworker that's underage. Yeah, totally. No power last night. Hearing aids are dead. Thank goodness for captions. Hey, that's awesome. I like captions, especially when watching stuff at night where you don't want to wake up anybody. There would potentially be a lawsuit and there might be a payout, but questionable on several legal aspects. They should have moved the guy to another store. I agree. I absolutely agree. Now, I will tell you a story of mine personally. I was working Hollywood Video, working with some very, very cute underage girls. Actually, I don't think any of them were under. Maybe one of them was 16 or 17. But generally, we tried to hire about. We tried to get the 18 and up. Just because of closing times, all that kind of stuff. I think we hired as young as 16. It's been a few years. Now, this one gal, I was overlooked for an assistant manager position, and this one gal who had moved up from California or whatever. Anyway, she had gotten the position. They had basically moved her up, or she was moving into the area and they transferred her. That's how that worked. So she was, what was it? She was more of the flirtatious type. And I think she was 22, 23 at the time. And I can't remember how old I was. I mean, it was 20 years ago. So I was late 20s, early 30s, something like that. So anyway, she what was it? She had, and we all had a really good working relationship, but she had, I had walked past her, and the back of my hand had brushed against her butt, and she was like, and she jokingly, and I knew it was a joke. She jokingly was like, she's like, "Oh, miss, you touched my butt," and I said, "No, I didn't," and she goes, "Yes, I did," or yes, you did, and I was like, "No, I didn't. That was back of my hand. I was carrying something." And I said, "You would know it if I grabbed your ass." And she's like, "Well, how would I know if you grabbed my ass?" And so I grabbed one of her cheeks, and I was like, "This is grabbing your ass." And I said, so there's a big difference. There's a brush and there's grab. Now, she was not a minor. She was younger than me, but she was not a minor. I would never have done that to a minor. So, and then being the responsible husband I went home and I told my wife, and she's like, "You did what? You're an idiot." So, but yeah, it was, yeah. So I was, when it came to her telling this story, I was just like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, as if I was an employer and that happened, yeah, I would have been like, I don't know. I probably would have fired the guy. I probably would have fired the guy. And I probably, knowing me, if he said, "Oh, well, I'm suicidal," it'd be like, well, then there'll be one less creepy person in this world. I don't put up with that. That's just not, yeah. That's, yeah. So, yeah, anyway, so good class. And then of course the gal, it's interesting teaching these classes, because I come out, I get these interesting stories of these women who have suffered these traumas, because of course that can be extremely traumatic. You're underage, you are, especially some creepy old guy. Yeah, and then of course you get the the ones where they think they're putting themselves in a safe situation, but they're not. So I don't know. That's just it is. I don't know. I just wish that there were more good people, especially if you're going to be in that situation. You're with somebody that you trust, and then that person ends up not having your back. So I don't know. Let's see. Let's talk about what's coming up. So, numbers are just dropping off, or dates are just dropping off. So we're getting into August. For me, I have nothing going on next weekend. I do actually have my normal Saturday classes, but I've been told that everyone's going to be gone. Oh, we're taking that weekend off. Oh, we're taking that weekend off. So I really have nothing. Like, I will be there, but I don't think anybody will actually be there. But August 6th, we do have our regular self-defense class at noon, and a crimp user course after that. A couple different things going on that next weekend. We got Bruce Chu and about a Bonobet. I can't remember how Bram told me to pronounce that. Actually, why do I have duplicates? Oh, that's right, because I did a copy and paste and then I changed something. So this, the second one really should be the 13th and 14th or something like that, 12th and 13th. Shoot. So one of these is going to be Jim Korn and Dave Hogan in Statesboro, Georgia. So I got to fix that. I don't know why, because of course I did a copy and paste. Have a good one, guys. I have to do what Mama wants. Understood. I will talk to you later, sir. So I love editing stuff really quick. And then we got Lisa and I are going to go down to It's Time Live Believe down at One Martial Arts in San Francisco with Brandon Beliso. Looking forward to that. So it's really funny. So we got this draft itinerary, and Brandon is one of those, he likes to meditate. He actually leads a meditation. I don't know if he still does it, but he used to lead one online 4 days a week. You just log on and you just take part. But part of the 4 days is you go on this hike, and it's not a hard hike. It's just, you're just walking through a park, but he calls it a meditative hike. And so my wife, she is not one of those people. And so she's like, what have you signed me up for? Like, are you kidding me? So I told her, I was like, just play along. Don't fall asleep. When we get back, we're going to do the booth over at, we're going to have a booth over at the volleyball grass tournament for Union. We actually went and scouted out. So there is no power. We don't have any power. We could be close enough where I could run the truck and use and have popcorn that way and make popcorn that way. Or we could just do like icy pops or like, God, what are they called? Oh shoot. Like Otter Pops. I think that's what Otter Pops is what I was thinking. Anyway, so I think we might just do that because we got a big cooler, do the Otter Pops that way. And then, but that next Saturday is we have a self-defense class that we're putting on. So we can promote that as part. We're going to have flyers to hand out for that. And then I don't know why I don't have it on here, but that next Saturday is a Rory Miller Training Lab. So I'll have to add that on. And then still need power for snow cones. A great idea, but we still need power for snow cones. Unless there's a hand grinder, and I don't really want to hand grind. So, and then we've got, so that next weekend after August 20th, I think, whatever that Saturday is, August 27th is going to be, and it's not on here, but I will put it on here. It's going to be a training lab. And then we'll do, then I'll be that exactly 4 weeks after that. Oh my God. Unless you get one of those Snoopy hand turned snow cones machines from the 80s. Oh my God. I could get on. I wonder if you could get it on eBay for not a bad price. That would be kind of cool. Crushed ice in the cooler with flavors. I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to make a big mess. I don't want to put out a ton of money, but it's one of those where I could do icy, because snow cones, you got to deal with the different flavors, and the flavors have gone up the pumps, just the pumps to pump the liquid out of the stuff. It used to be like $3 or $4. I don't know what they've done to this design, but they're like $20 now. It's just crazy. Anyway, I'll be in Indiana at the end of September. Hopefully I've not bought my ticket yet. I'm still working on that. Hopefully I'll be able to go to HKI camp. But if I'm not, Rob will be there. And then November 5th is going all the way to the end of the year. We got Dan Anderson's thing. We still have a few more few more days left, another week left to get in there at $89. And then, of course, next year, exactly like next year, Bram Frank's 70th birthday bash. So the 5-day experience has gone live. There are 12 limited spots, and in fact, I'll let's see if I can add this. Oh, I can't. Why can't I do that? Well, that sucks. That is so weird. Why can't I do? Oh, that's right, because I can't. For the things I can't do images, but I can do PDFs. I forgot that. But do I have? Nope. I don't have it in a. All right. Well, I'll have to post it later. But anyway, I was gonna post the flyer. I have this really cool flyer that I made up. It is. Let's see if I can. So I send it to Bram. Did I send it to Bram? It's not in my pictures. Oh, I sent it to him. I did it from the computer. There we go. That's what it is. Anyway, it's gonna be fantastic. All registrations are opened up, including the 5-day limited space, 12 spots. Since I opened it up last Monday, 8 spots have been taken. So 8 spots. A couple people have paid in full. So if you really want to go, there's a few more spots. I'm going to be sending out a newsletter to all the Bram people here soon, and it's going to be fantastic. So there you go. Now, when it comes to shows, New Horizons episode 9 is coming up. I think when Rob and I talked about this, I guess there's only 10 episodes. I watched, so we didn't talk about episode 8, but episode 8 was a great episode. It was long. It was like an hour and 20 minutes, but it was a really good. It was really well done. So we're hoping that the last 2 episodes are pretty good. So the next episode 9, is coming out on the 28th. August 5th, Prey. Oh my gosh, I'm so looking forward to that. 25th, Lower Deck season 3. August 31st, Andor, and then look at everything coming out in September. We got Lord of the Rings on Prime. We got Cobra Kai. We got Lower Decks comic coming out. We got Survivor 43. We got Bad Batch. Just amazing. And I don't know. I wonder if, let's see. Hold on. I'm going to search. Let's see. I'm going to go. It might be Paramount might not like me to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway because I am. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Oh, nope. Dismiss. I don't want that. All right. I don't want that. Back up. So we're going to try. Sorry for this, guys. We're going to do share, and we're going to do screen. We're going to do window. Ooh, Chrome tab. Okay. We share that? Is that being shared? Okay, let's see if we can't make that a little bit bigger. There we go. So if you have not seen this, you are totally missing out.
You're only as good as those around you.
These days on the Enterprise, we need a better man, a better father, a better friend.
I thought I could inspire people, bring justice to an unjust universe.
You have no idea how hard it is to be in this world.
Do not presume to know what I have and have not sacrificed for this.
You have to be willing to go through that door to what's next.
There's a whole universe out there. Wherever you go, we go.
Here, in this moment, let's do what we spent our lives learning to
She
be great
is so
at.
As long as you and your crew remain steadfast, you are never without hope.
You are never without hope. Oh my gosh.
Hello, everyone. How are
Oh,
you? Sean Ferrick
Will,
here for Trek Culture, and I am going to be
And
trying.
we're gonna turn that off. So, wow, just yeah. So that was the thing. Hopefully, now I've shown other stuff with Star Trek in here, and they've never tagged me. Like I got tagged for Obi-Wan for showing the trailer for Obi-Wan, but not for Star Trek, which I think is really funny. But then they didn't. It was like I got this little thing saying, "Hey, it's not being shown because of some copyright thing," and then nothing. But then I don't have enough people to monetize, so I don't care. I just talk and chat. But yes, Worf looks like a badass. Wicked. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's Disney versus Paramount. Well, Paramount used to be like crazy. And I don't know if I'll cut it out today or tomorrow or when. I'll probably have more time today than I will tomorrow. But I put a Bramp on a Batleth, and I think I showed that earlier. For those of you who have not seen it yet, it's called the Brampleth. So I actually got I got the stuff printed out, and I got wood, and I got foam core. So I'm gonna actually put the paper on a foam core, cut it out, and then that'll be my stencil, so I can actually cut out more. So I have wood for a template. Yeah. So. Oh, and you know what? Okay, so that Lower Decks trailer, though, now I don't know if I've seen. You know what? Let's go. Oh no, I don't want to go to that. Let's see if I'll play that too. Okay, so let's. I'm going to share again. Yeah, you did. Okay, you did send it, and I think yes, I did see it. Okay, this is. I got to share this too. Let's see, Chrome tab. Okay, so
It's on.
Starfleet, get to Starfleet! Prepare yourself for Warp 10 excitement! Discover the undiscovered country!
oh, there we go. Start.
The USS Cerritos remains impounded while their captain stands trial.
Have you lost your mind?
Captain Carol Freeman stands.
Cisco's.
Can't believe this. I wonder how Mariner's taking it.
Oh, I'm taking it. Taking it to the limit.
Did you type your entries to say that?
What? No.
Oh, yeah, she did. Starfleet isn't all about being fed fruit by erotic aliens with slightly different nose ridges. I can get real used to this kind of treatment. Sometimes you gotta get your hands dirty.
It's on.
This is an unauthorized launch.
So begins the greatest adventure of your life.
Yeah!
These road rocks are reading our nightmares, but I don't like my nightmares. Behold!
So magical. There's going to be times when we need to make a mess of things before we can fix them. Like, how am I going to have to cut this guy's foot off so we can grow up a new one?
Wait, what was that? Whatever happens, we're gonna be right beside you.
We're in this together.
More Starfleet! Hell yeah!
Okay.
I can't believe we're at Deep Space Nine.
Wait, just buy me some time.
Sir, how do we do that? I don't know. Just circle around and pretend we're in all of the pylons.
Just keep circling.
Just keep circling.
Okay. So I think that just keep circling. I love how they played off so many different things. And of course, you know, the poster for season 3 looks like Search for Spock. And looks like they steal the Cerritos. They steal the Enterprise in 3. How could it be to have Avery Brooks? Oh, yes. That would be so wicked, is to have him. Oh, that would be cool. That would be, yeah, no, I like it. I like it. Now, bringing up Lower Decks. And I think, and I don't know if Rob sent me this article or not. That's true. They were eating at Cisco's. I mean, there's a lot of Lower Decks it's full of Easter eggs. But, and I don't know if Rob sent me this article or if I read this article, if I just found it, but I did read that in season 2 of Strange New Worlds, there's going to be a crossover. So I think I responded to, I think he did send me that article. I responded fascinating because okay, time travel trope. Are they going to do it right? Is it actually going to be, because if I read the article correctly, it sounded like it was going to be a combination of live action and animation. So is it going to be like, that's what I'm concerned with. that this is, I think it's going to be a Roger Rabbit style, since it's both animated and live action. That is kind of what I'm concerned about. Now, I definitely, it would be a quote unquote fun episode, but how cool would it be? Like say you have say you have that animated version, not the Roger Rabbit style, but say you like if the Lower Decks characters end up, they go back in time and they interact with Strange New Worlds characters, then we would actually see them live action. So we would actually see, because the actors actually showed up to a Comic-Con in uniform, in their uniforms from Lower Decks. So how cool would that be to actually see them in real life on the show, and vice versa? That like if Pike and crew end up, maybe they go to the future or whatever, and they end up looking animated. So I think that would be cool. The whole Roger Rabbit style, I don't know. Mixed feelings. Total mixed feelings. Yeah, and Jack Quaid, he had purple hair. He looked just like the character. Like I was actually kind of impressed about how they put stuff together. So yeah. So just some of my concerns. I mean, I think it'll be a good episode. It'll definitely, like I said, it'll definitely be one of those fun episodes. It's not going to be, I don't know how they could make it a serious episode. So, let's see. Now, since we are talking Star Trek and episodes, I'm going to bring up my calendar here. I, surprisingly enough, am caught up. I am caught up with Enterprise, with Enterprise. So the episodes for today are Twilight and North Star. I watched Twilight last night, so I'm actually slightly ahead. Since we're in season 3, we have we are dealing now with the Xindi. The Xindi have destroyed. Ooh, wait a minute. Okay, I just saw this comment. It'll be a Pike took alien shrooms and had an out-of-body experience. Okay, that's amazing. Okay, that would be fun to watch, and you could totally end up doing the cartoon that way. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. So episode 52 on Thursday, we'd had episode 52, The Expanse, and Friday, and that was the season finale of season 2. And then we had season 3, the premiere called the Xindi. And so the Xindi, they destroy part of Florida. And then Archer and crew were like, okay, we're gonna go kill the, find out who it is. And I think in one of the episodes, he says, he tells somebody, he's like, we're trying to find the Xindi to, oh God, how did he phrase it? It was, we're trying to find the Xindi to, clear up a disagreement or something like, I can't remember what it was, but anyway, so there's been a couple different episodes. Some of them not like, they've been okay. I mean, like everything kind of builds on the next one. And so it's starting to get into, still it's episodic, but it's still this ongoing show. So with this longer story arc, I was really never a fan. Like, it's funny how I enjoy Enterprise. I have always enjoyed Enterprise. Not really a fan of the Xindi. Not really a fan of the whole temporal Cold War. But I wasn't one of the writers. So now Twilight. Okay. So, but if we go back to season 2, an episode, so episode 49, Regeneration. This was the Borg episode. And I remember this episode coming up and having concerns right away. Like, they can't have a Borg episode. We don't know who the Borg is. We're like, what's going on? But they did it. I like the way they did it. Like, of course, they ended up destroying them. They do have some information on them, but not once did they actually say we are the Borg. So they don't have any reference. Now the information that they do have, though, when we originally meet the Borg in the Next Generation, there should have been some type of connection to what is it? What is it? There should have been some type of connection to, or maybe explain why the Next Generation Enterprise could not access the information to this cybernetic beings, to these cybernetic beings, because they could have been like, have we ever, like, because it was just this one little adventure that they go on, but shouldn't there be some type of record? But they never did say we are the Borg. Yeah. They filed it next to Discovery. Hey, they could have. I don't know. Yeah. So done well, but kind of retcon the introduction of Q by the Borg. So there should have been something in there, because there's some things Enterprise did well, like with the Klingons, of explaining why they are the way they are when we see them in the original generation. So there should have been some type of connection, but I do think that it was a well done episode. First flight, when they're cracking the warp 2 barrier, you can kind of see I like how they make that bigger connection between Archer and Trip. Let's see, and then going forward, Impulse. Some of these I really wasn't a big fan of, but Twilight. So last night's episode, Twilight, is it's kind of that what if. So Archer gets some type of he gets hit by some type of subsonic wave or subspace wave. He ends up getting these nodules in his brain that he can't have any long-term memory, and so but as him not being in command, it's like, oh, all of a sudden they're in they find the Xindi weapon, but they don't find it in time. Humans have been reduced to less than 6,000, and the Enterprise, went from being commanded from to Paul to Trip, and then Merryweather ends up dying early on, so we don't get to see him at all in the episode. But it was, but that connection between Archer and T'Pol, I mean, she had some sense of, oh, well, I need to, I still need to hang out with him because he saved my life. But that it all was because it was subspace and this stuff. I don't know, the time stuff and I just really like the episode. I don't know. And I like the way that they expanded on the relationship between him and T'Pol, if it was in that universe, or if that happened. And I love the fact, it was so funny because they almost put the humans inevitably being like completely extinct. Because what planet do they end up on? They end up on Ceti Alpha 5. And we know that Khan ends up on Ceti Alpha 5, and that Ceti Alpha 6 explodes. And so eventually, 100 years in the future, Ceti Alpha 6 is going to explode and then turn the settlement into almost dust. So there was life on Ceti Alpha 5. But I don't know. I like how they threw that in there, and then just be like, because inevitably, what are they going to do? I mean, I'm sure that if they had paid attention, maybe, because Ceti Alpha 6 wasn't just going to explode without any knowledge. I mean, they probably would have been monitoring the planets. But yeah, so I thought that was kind of a cool call out. I'm trying to look forward. So today also North Star. I don't really know what that episode's about. Similitude, Carpenter Street. Ooh, Carpenter Street. Okay, so Similitude and Carpenter Street are episodes for tomorrow. But if I remember, Carpenter Street is kind of this time they go back in time because the reptilian Xindi go back in time. So it's a time travel. I don't know. I know that that's kind of what happens, but I'm not sure how I feel. Some of these stuff, it's like, oh, I remember that episode. That was a really great episode. And then I watch it and go, no, it wasn't a really good episode. So I don't know. We'll see. So that's all with that. And birthdays. Thomas's birthday, who hangs out on here sometimes, his birthday was on Friday. And if we go and let's see, let's go to Facebook, see who others' birthdays. I don't have anybody else's birthdays coming up, or at least that happened that I remember. Oh, it's my cousin Aaron's birthday today. Ooh, yeah. Aaron's not a bad guy. I just don't like that side of the family. So, actually, I probably haven't seen Aaron in 20 years. Something like that. Yeah. So, it's been a while. But yeah, so anyway, so I guess that, let's see. Oh, they go to 2005. I think it wasn't bad. More of an X-Files like episode. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll find out by watching it. All right. So I think that's all that there is for that. Yeah. So, let's see. It's going to get hot. I can already kind of feel it on my head. It's 10:30. I do have this back door open, but I did close the front windows. So it's getting to that time. 78. So it is time to turn on the air conditioning because I got to get the house cool before it gets super, super hot. And then I don't know what else I'm going to do. So until tomorrow, everyone stay safe, watch your Star Trek, and I'll see you tomorrow morning.